Very good morning for all of you. Today's session will be on developing reusable component in React Native. Actually, this is about how to decide whether you want to implement a reusable component in React Native and how you're going to implement that. Here will be the agenda for today's tech talk. First of all, I will do a little recap of my previous tech talk. It's about how to select your development methodology for your mobile application. We have discussed with regarding of native and cross-platform mobile application development. So I will do a little recap before going to start this presentation. And today we are going to discuss how we need going to implement reusable component and how do we get the decision whether we want to go forward with reusable components or not, and selection criteria of what are the aspects that we want to look towards and what are the advantages that we can obtain from reusable component and what are the disadvantages that can occur. Finally, I will do some demo with some sample code segment with our existing project, how to implement reusable component. And the latter part, I will explain you how to handle validation and other kind of stuff if time is available. Okay, as I already mentioned, previous tech talk, we have discussed how to select appropriate approach for our development in mobile application development. In there, I have discussed with you in the early stages, we have only native code. It's about Android and iOS only. Then after near era, it's introducing hybrid application development, kind of Cordova. Then it evolved in with React Native and Flutter, so on. So we can conclude that it celebrates more and more in mobile application development with new features. And on that day, we have discussed how to get the decision whether we are going to move with native or cross-platform application development with regards of development time, resource availability, and complexity, and many more. So in today's session, I'm going to discuss with you how to develop reusable components in cross-platform mobile application development. Actually, today I'm not going to discuss about native development. Hopefully, it will be another tech talk in future. Hopefully. Okay, this is a quotation I copied from Wikipedia. It's about reusability. Actually, what's called reusability and what is called reusable component, and it's saying that in the software development life cycle, it can be a piece of code or as a test suite or design and documentation, etc. Yeah. Actually, today, demo perspective, I will use this application. This is called OdoTime. This is for Canadian client. This actually now this is available for USA, Canada, as well as for India. Near future, it will available to Sri Lankan as well. So when we decide to use reusable component, then we have to think why we need reusable components. It's saying that save time, easy to keep consistency, increases the maintainability. Let's look towards this application. Okay, you can see we have used kind of commonly used component here. It's a card component, and if you navigate to another section of the application, you can see that those are similar kind of card component. In the same time, in this section also, we are having similar kind of card component. As you can mention, I have said that increase the maintainability and increase the consistency. So if you are using similar kind of component, it will automatically increases the consistency of the application. So example, if you can see, it has given me more consistency throughout these application use interfaces. And just think, after you implementing or developing your reusable component such as this card component, then it's better of using it again and again. You don't want to develop this entire component from the scratch by you developing one particular component, you can reuse that. That also be a huge advantage. And with regards of the maintainability, for example, in the future, your client might be asked for CR or change requirement. Let's assume client need to have different kind of color template or else different kind of card component. What you have to do is, if you are changing user component of here, if say, let's assume you want to make this white background as a green, simply by changing that reusable component, it will automatically affect to entire this card component, same as here. This card component also you can change the color coordination or else padding, whatever thing you can change, then it will automatically affect other components as well. I think this will be a huge advantage when we think about maintainability of your application. Okay, this is a very important topic. What are the prerequisites that you need to analyze before developing reusable component? I might say developing a reusable component can be a kind of time-consuming thing. In perspective of developing reusable component, we have to think a lot more areas, and you have to get the decision. For example, you have to identify the critical features of application. Let's assume you are going to develop reusable components for banking application. Then security is a must. So for an example, you are developing one particular reusable component, you are trying to use it many more places inside your application. Then suddenly you want to decrease the security level of one particular component inside your application in particular place. What happens if you are decreasing the security level you have developed earlier in reusable component? It will affect entire your application occurrences. It may reason to get kind of hackers introduced to your application, as well as that security violation can be happen. So before going to implement reusable components for your application, you need to rethink, okay, whether it's okay to develop this component as a reusable component or not. Same time, if your project is let's assume 1 to 2 weeks project, as I earlier mentioned, creating a reusable component might take a little bit longer time. Afterward, it will be pretty much easy for your end, but in the initial stage, it will take some time. So if it is a small kind of project, it might be not good approach for creating reusable components. And third point is very much relevant and very much important, that understanding the capabilities of the dev team. It says, as I earlier mentioned, your entire application can be changed, kind of CRs come towards your application development. So before you going to develop reusable component, you have to think, okay, how, if particular change occur, how do we accommodate that? By keeping space for the future requirements, you have to design or develop your reusable component. So to gain that understanding, gain that idea, you have to have kind of experienced developers on your end. I don't say that you can't develop with a junior team. Yeah, you can. You can develop with a junior team reusable component, but I must say, before going to develop reusable component, it's good to have kind of guidance from expertise. It will be it make your reusable component in more accurate manner. Okay, now we focus how to identify common components. Say, for an example, if particular component is only using at one particular location, is no point to make it as a reusable component. By the way, if particular code segment or component is going to reuse and again, it is multiple times inside your application, it's good idea to make it as a reusable component. For an example, if your application have this kind of card, then this is repetitive. In here as well, is going to be repetitive, and here this card is going to have repetitive manner. So it's good idea to make this one particular component, that create a one particular usable component, and you can gain usage again and again. And again, same time it's saying you can decide all the occurrences of the component. It's going to be exact same. It say that if you think about input field, it may be a text input field, or as numeric input field, or as email field. By developing an input field for your application, for example, you navigate from here, you can see this is a numeric input field, and here will be a text input, right? Now you can develop this input field as a reusable component, and dynamically you can change the behavior or type of this component. This is not exact same, but there can be a slightly change occurrences there. Then before going to developing your reusable component, you can keep space for that as well. By I guess most of the people in 1BT family familiar with React and props, so you can pass props for the reusable component, and by looking at the props you can differentiate the behavior of your input field. Okay, and this is also a very important area when you are going to develop reusable component. Analyze the dependencies. So your reusable component might be inside the kind of nested hierarchy. Then when you are going to change something inside the nested hierarchy, it can affect to sibling components. So before going to develop such kind of component, you can analyze, okay, what will happen if I change this component? Is it affect to other component kind of? Then you can get some precaution. Okay, I can develop this component as when user can pass prop for this component, and by looking at this prop, it can be very likewise. And again, it's saying that introduction of third-party component. It means, for an example, if you are going to get the usage of input field third-party module, let's say Redux form or something, then you're going to use kind of component from Redux, the third-party library, and you are wrapping your, let's say this component, most of the component we have used Redux form, that field component. Actually, we have made a wrapper out of that third-party component. So it's good approach to integrate third-party component inside your application. You can make a wrapper from that third-party component. What's the advantage of that is, let's assume in near future that third-party library going to deprecate, or else it in the future requirement you can't cater with this third-party library. Then what you can do is just remove that dependency from your application. If there are any available library for that replacement, you can plug it. So if it is not wrapped with reusable component, what will happen? You have to change each and every places that you have used the nested component. But let's assume if you are developed that as a reusable component, and inside there you have put the dependency. For an example, inside this application, and these fields, and this field as well as the other field area. If I develop these areas as a reusable component inside then I want to change only one occurrence inside the reusable component, then it will automatically affect to entire occurrences inside our application. I guess it will be a huge advantage of us. So you want to uh, much more analyzation before you going to implement reusable component. Okay, then let's quickly go to some kind of development. Actually, this is also again from ModoTime app that we have created. As you can, this will be a tiny little reusable component. Actually, we can compute this as an LCD level component. Actually this will be a button component I have used. I can show you there inside our app. So this will be our one button component. It's the title is called next. Once we create particular component, let's see. Here you can see another button component, and this button text title will be confirmed, right? And the look and feel of the both buttons are kind of similar. So that's why we have used reusable component for this thing. So you can, as you can see, we have provide title as a prop to this component. Then actually we can differentiate the title, as well as if you want to pass any kind of styling prop to this component, that also accommodated. Then you can use this component for any particular location inside your application. As you all know, if it is a button, there should be a on press functionality that can be differentiated in particular places. So we have passed the on press function for this component as a prop. As you can see, you can define your own styling. So as I previously mentioned, if client requires to make those buttons in the green color, simply you can change this primary button color. Then it will automatically change the entire layout of your application. It will automatically change the blue button to green. It will be a huge advantage over you. And quickly we will go towards another example. Actually, this is little bit advanced component. So this is for text input inside our application. As I previously mentioned, you can change the behavior from this prop. Say you can define if particular text area is containing multiple lines, or is it's editable or not. And again, the keyboard type by selecting if it is an email field or numeric field, that depending on the field that you selected, you can differentiate the keyboard even. And again, with regarding to error handling and validation stuff, you can have metadata, and you can keep the space for handle those things. If it is error, is a touch, and what you can do. Like so in there, so you can pass any kind of styles for that, and again you can define color schemas kind of. So actually if I show you that code segment inside the application, it will be input field, and you can define input field and what it look like, as well as you can have icon loaders, in the sense that here will be icon loader. In here also I have defined use the icon loaders, as well as here if you go to create new scheduler, here again I have used same reusable component. Actually this component has used multiple times, as well as so this is the bottom navigation component, as well as by looking at this thing, this source inside a reservation. Here again, this also bottom navigation with different pros. Actually, we have created this component by keeping the space for passing any kind of properties to this component. I can show you inside in this thing. So it's about bottom sheet, and yeah, it should be bottom sheet. Yeah, actually it's there. Likewise, you can select what are the things that you want to have common, and what are the things you are going to use as usable manner, right? Actually these are the components that we have used as a reusable component. Yeah, so these are the very basic guidelines for creating reusable component, and I hope this is give some kind of idea to how to select your reusable component and how to design your component, what are the aspects that you want to check whether before implementing reusable component. Yes, okay, then that's about my presentation. If you're having any question, this is time. Then same time, if you have any question, you can drop me an email, and definitely I will answer that as well. If you have questions, please ask.
Thanks, Sapmal. It was a great presentation. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Sapmal. I think you covered some good points. So thanks for the presentation. It was very good. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And then thank you all.